I would like to talk about incorporating Michael Chekhov's psychological gesture. As an actor, have you ever gotten caught in a web of overthinking your motivations, waiting endlessly until you feel the part? In this video, I will provide an overview of Michael Chekhov's psychological gesture technique and how to effectively incorporate some of his ideas into your process in a way that promotes inspiration and freedom without becoming mechanical or rigid. So if you've never heard of Michael Chekhov's psychological gesture before, what is psychological gesture? The psychological gesture is a deliberate, repeatable physical movement that captures something about the character's deeper internal drive. This physical gesture could be a reach or a thrust, a pull or a twist. There's no right or wrong about it. It's just what kind of physical behavior might reflect something about the character's deeper inner world. It's something that physicalizes the character's deeper motivations or their emotional energy. What's really interesting about this technique is it invites the body to take the lead. Through exploring physicality that's connected to something deeper, it allows the actor to really get out of their head and tap into something instinctive or even archetypal and essentially human. Aspects of this approach can be incorporated to enhance an actor's deeper work on personalizing and layering your character. So here's why the psychological gesture is an interesting tool and why it works. Number one, bridging physicality and inner life. The psychological gesture allows you to bridge the character's inner and outer life. You start in your body, you move with purpose, and when you connect it to a gesture, that gesture can open up a powerful emotional channel. Here's an example. Imagine that your character is full of ambition and you connect that to a psychological gesture that the character is constantly reaching upwards. You reach upwards as if you're grabbing for the stars. Suddenly, you feel something in your body. You feel your chest tighten, your jaw sets, and as you have been working on the character, layering and personalizing these elements somehow through your unconscious comes together. So why does this matter? Psychological gesture gives you something practical and repeatable that you can explore in your rehearsal process. Number two, going beyond emotional memory. Unlike early Stanislavski that relied on the actor doing effective memory exercises and emotional memory exercises, which are exercises that the actor goes to mine things from their past experiences, Chekhov's psychological gesture encourages the actor to lift into their imagination. Now, I'm a believer in Stanislavski's emotional memory work, and I also believe that it is incredibly useful when you do that work of using your own past experiences for your character. Chekhov's psychological gesture really blends beautifully with that deeper emotional memory work. What psychological gesture helps the actor to achieve is the ability to remain artful. It helps the actor to stay committed to living in the art. You're not just living literally in your personal emotional memories. This raw material that you're opening up to must be lifted into the character's reality and into the imaginary circumstances. This can be a difficult task by just telling yourself that I have to live in art. Having psychological gesture provides you with a structure to live inside of artistically and allows you to work from a place of artistry and metaphor. So why does this matter? I believe this is huge because you can remain artful and unlock all of these expansive things and at the same time stay connected to the depth of your emotional instrument and truth and raw material, and the work becomes deeper, bigger, and the joy of acting stays with you. Being reminded about the artfulness of what we're doing keeps us in a healthy place, and it also puts us into an empowered place, reminding us that what we're doing when we create a character and we express that character, and at the same time connect to our deeper emotional life, we are, as actors, expressing the universal. And this leads me to number 3, accessing archetypal universal truths. Chekhov believed that psychological gesture allows us to tap into something bigger than just our individual experiences. A push, a pull, or an embrace, these are universal things. These actions are archetypal. They are part of the universal human condition. When your character is in grief, a slow folding of the arms might evoke a world of deep sorrow. It's not about your grief necessarily, but it's about grief itself embodied. Why does this matter? Audiences connect to what is true and also universal. Archetypal gestures transcend language, age, and even culture. They can make stylized or classical performances feel intimate, human, and immediate. Number 4, activating the will. Chekhov emphasized the importance of the will of the actor. The will is an internal force that drives the action. In other words, when you feel an unfulfilled need, or you feel grief, or you feel sadness, you don't just implode in that emotion or give up because your need is unfulfilled. It's the exact opposite in drama. The unfulfilled need must propel the character into action. That's why we have a story in the first place. So Chekhov believed that activating the will and taking that energy can open up all kinds of other things underneath that we didn't realize was there. In other words, instead of waiting for yourself to feel it, he encouraged the actor to do something, to go into action, to put it into their body, and then the rest would naturally, organically follow. So why does this matter? It matters because acting is so difficult and so unpredictable. Emotions aren't always right there at our fingertips, like you can turn them on like a switch. But if you use the psychological gesture as a tool, it's something you can go to. It's something you can control. Even if you consider yourself an inside-out actor rather than an outside-in actor, sometimes psychological gesture, going to the outside first, can open the door to the inside. In other words, you're not just trying to have one without the other. They both do come together, and that's the ideal. is for both things to come together at some point in some way. But in the journey of the actor, there's so much mystery to what we do. It is a wonderful thing to have this tool in our back pocket that we can use to open a door we didn't realize was there. Number 5, repeatable, transformative, and reliable. Once you've discovered the psychological gesture of your character and you've connected it to the deeper work that you've done, it becomes your secret weapon. It's a key that you can turn on at any time and drop into the character. Here's an example. There's an exercise called the character private moment. My mentor, Susan Batson, said in one particular class with one particular actor, and I never forgot about it because it's maybe one of the few times she directly referred to Chekhov's psychological gesture concept. But it was only after the actor did the character private moment exercise, she recommended that the actor remember something that happened in the exercise, in the exploration, and lift something from the private moment exercise, which she said to translate it into something physical. So in other words, if you were sort of soothing yourself by touching your face, she said you could lift that and give that to the character, even though that happened in the privacy of the character. That can come out sometimes in the character's behavior whenever they felt vulnerable. I never forgot about that. And it was proof that Chekhov's psychological gesture can be used in other techniques and in tandem with other process work that you're doing as an actor. And as I talk about this technique, psychological gesture, I'm in no way suggesting that you take this on as the one and only part of your technique. The best thing about different techniques that are out there, I believe, is that they're out there for you to try. They're not meant to be the gospel of this is the only way to get there. But as an artist, you can take these things and put them into your toolbox and then transform them. There's no rule book as far as how or why to use something. It's all about the journey and how we can use these tools to enhance the art that we create. So in conclusion, Chekhov's psychological gesture is not a formula. It's a gateway. It's a key to an entrance to somewhere magical and mysterious. It's a way to enter the life of your character through your body without waiting for the emotion or waiting for yourself to feel it, and without getting stuck in your head and in this analysis trap. It offers a tangible, repeatable tool, emotional depth, while allowing yourself to stay artful, a deeply creative process rooted in your imagination, truthful, deep characters that also resonate with an audience on a universal level. So the next time you're preparing a role, don't just think the role. Move it. Put it in your body. Breathe. Become it. And let the gesture lead you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Click on the description below for links to our website as well as our free weekly newsletter. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.